Thanks, Lizanne. Good evening to all of you, and thanks for joining this Q1 FY20 earnings call for Cupid Limited. We have mailed the results press release to you. I hope you have received the same, and we have also uploaded this on our website and the stock exchanges. To discuss the results and address the queries of the investors, we have with us Mr. Om Garg, Chairman and Managing Director of the company. Mr. Garg will give a brief overview of the quarter gone past, and then we'll open the floor over to Q&A session. I would like to remind you that everything said on this call that reflects any outlook for the future or which can be construed as a forward-looking statement must be viewed in conjunction with the uncertainties and the risks that we face. These uncertainties and risks are included but not limited to what we have mentioned in the prospectus filed with SEBI and subsequent annual report, which you can find on the website. With that said, let me hand over the call over to Mr. Garg. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Vinay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Cupid Limited, I would like to welcome you all for participating in the first quarter FY20 earnings call today. As Vinay had mentioned, you have received a copy of the press release which summarizes the results we had declared last night. However, I would like to go over a few salient points from the results. First of all, our top line grew by 97.5% and the net profit by 82% as compared to the quarter a year ago. These are some of the best numbers we have achieved. The percentage of export from the quarter was 94%, and the domestic revenue was only 6%. In terms of split between male and female condoms, 61% of the sales came from female condoms and the balance 39% from the male condoms. Now, some of the other highlights I would like to point out that this is the first time Cupid has reported revenues over 3 CR back to back from 2 quarters. In our 25 history, we have not done before. More than 30 CR from back to back quarters. Now, in terms of the main reason about this performance is the sale of female condoms to Brazil, and I would like to point out that the total order from Brazil is 124 CR, and this is by far the largest single order Cupid has received in its 25-year history. The last biggest order was 104 CR from South Africa, again to supply female condoms, and that was back in 2015. Now, briefly commenting on the order book, we have, as you recall, we had 143 crore order when we started the quarter on April 1, out of which we sold 37, leaving a balance of 109, and we added 54 crores worth of new orders during this quarter, bringing the total number to 163 CR. The split between male and female condom is that the male condom is 29% of this 163 crore, and the balance 71% is for CR is from the female condoms, primarily from Brazil, as I have indicated earlier. So we have a very healthy order book, and we expect to achieve similar level performances going forward, at least for the next 2 quarters. Now, some of the other highlights are that we have started production during this quarter from the expanded capacity we had completed at the end of last quarter by March 31st. So this has resulted in lower cost of production for us because of higher volumes and the impact of lower overheads. The other factor which is worthwhile mentioning is that we are trying to improve our margins not only because of the higher volumes, but also because of the addition of new products with new variants which carry a higher margin. The third highlight during the quarter was that in addition to female condom joint venture in South Africa, we have been approached by a partner to participate in a joint venture to manufacture male condoms in South Africa. And just for your information, South Africa is the largest single country purchasing over 1 billion pieces of male condoms in a year. Now moving to the outlook for the company, based on the above observations and also the fact that the demand is growing for male and female condoms, primarily due to the prevention of STIs including HIV and also prevention of unintended pregnancies worldwide, which is a major factor resulting in increased demands. In addition, the donor funding has improved this past year and is expected to remain stable for 2020-21. The other factor contributing to increased demand is that the demand for condoms from the lower and middle income countries is improving as the economies and affordability improves in some of these countries. And the last point is that the big economies, big countries with big population like Brazil, South Africa and India, the governments are coming out with larger budgets resulting in major tenders which offer good opportunities for a company like Cupid. So based on the above observations, we believe that Cupid has will show a improved performance going forward, and we hope to capture on the more demand type scenario. And by the way, there is hardly any new plant being built anywhere in the world on the supply side, whereas on the demand side there is a more demand for these contraceptives. With these comments, now I would like to open the meeting for question and answer session. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone wishing to ask a question may please press star and 1 on your touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Nalan Chaha from NVS Brokerage. Please go ahead.
At the outset, Mr. Garg, I must congratulate on the excellent set of numbers which you have produced. I have one question, that other expenses item in this P&L seems to have swelled, from almost about 3 crores to 12 crores in the current quarter as compared to the previous year same quarter. So can you just give us some idea whether this is going to be the trend, or is it only a little disproportionate increase one time only?
No, I think Brazil is a major factor. However, the demand for both female condoms and male condoms are coming from many quarters besides Brazil, and these include not only South Africa, WHO, UNFPA, but also many international NGOs who have been receiving larger funding this year and hopefully next year as well. So on the demand side, we see a stable, continuous improvement from these sources.
No, sorry, my question is that other expenses item in your profit and loss account, last year, full year, it was little over 20 crores of rupees, whereas in the current quarter, it is 12.5 crores of rupees. So if you can just explain what is the reason for such a big jump in the other expenses?
Other expenses include the profit sharing and the business development expense from the Brazil order.
Okay.
One, and there is no other significant single item.
Okay, understood. I have understood now. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Omkar Kulkarni, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, congratulations on great set of numbers, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Kulkarni.
Yeah, my question was, you have mentioned that total order for Brazil is worth 124 CR, right?
Yes.
So out of that, how much has been delivered in the Q1?
So far, we have delivered 24 CR worth of orders, and we are planning to do 26 more in the coming quarter, July to September. So it will be 50 CR out of 124 CR by the end of September.
Okay, so total 100. What's the timeline?
We expect to complete it by April 2020. We'll try to do it by the end of March 31st, but depending on how fast the purchase orders are released and the import licenses are issued by the Brazilian government, it may be carried over during the month of April.
Hello?
Yes?
Yeah. So what about the next year's budget from Brazil and South Africa?
Okay, for Brazil, they are considering a budget of similar size as this year, about 125 CR requirements, and we suspect that tender would be out by June. And in terms of South Africa, the new tender and allocation is supposed to happen in October, as the first year commitment will be all delivered by September 30th.
Brazil tender should be out by July, you mean, right? You said June.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Kulkarni. Sir, there's a lot of disturbance from your line.
Okay, one second. Hello, is it better now?
No, sir. It's still
Yes.
the same.
Okay, anyways, I'll get back in the queue. No problem.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Akriti Shah Kamdar from Sameeksha Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Congratulations on stellar numbers. First of all, my question will be on US FDA related expenses, which you talked about in the last quarter's earning call, that it would be in the tune of $1 to $2 million. So is any of those expenses supposed to accrue in this year, or has that happened in the first quarter, which is included in other expenses?
No, only about 30 lakhs worth of expenses are included in the current quarter out of a total budget of over 3 CR, which would happen over the next 12 months.
Okay, and sir, so for FY20, 3 CR is supposed to be spent on US FDA. Anything which is planned for FY21 as well?
No, like I had mentioned during the last Concall, the trade mark was registered for Cupid with the US FDA. Now we are continuing to work on the submission of 510K along with all the test results which the US FDA people they require, and finally the contraceptive efficacy study which I mentioned, which is being carried out in South Africa with 280 women, those results should be out by June or July next year, and they would be submitted to the US FDA. So we believe that by the end of next year, we should have approval for the Cupid female condoms for distribution in the local US market.
Okay, sir. And sir, what are the utilization levels currently? Capacity utilization levels?
Capacity is about 90%.
And sir, any maintenance capex which has been planned for this year?
No, this year because of the expansion we had completed a few months back, hardly 2 CR worth of capex may be required. No major expenses planned for rest of the year, FY20.
So, sir, by when do you think the capacity will be fully utilized for the company?
Yes, as per our order book, we are fully booked at least until March 2020.
So, sir, any new capacity expansion plans?
We have orders at least for the 2 quarters for FY21 as well. And as you have noticed, each quarter we also get additional orders. For example, this quarter we had received new orders worth 54 crores. So I would say that almost financial year 21 also we have orders to utilize all the machinery we have.
So, sir, do you have any capacity expansion plans right now?
Oh, we just finished the last one, so give us a break.
Sure, sir.
We may consider, because like I mentioned in my introduction, no new plants are being built anywhere in the world that we know of. And the demand is going up, and some of these smaller capacity manufacturing plants are not able to compete in the market because of their higher production cost. So we may consider another expansion, say 18 months from now.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you for answering my questions, and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Jayant Raghavan, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Garg, and thank you and congratulations for this very relieving and impressive set of numbers to start with. I have 3-4 very simple questions. Now, in the press release, I saw 61 crores as the order book, and now you clarified that it is 163 crores. Am I right?
Yes, that 61, by the way, there is a typo mistake there. I think it says 51. But you are right. The confirmed order is 61 CR, and by that we mean we have the purchase orders, and they have given us a schedule for dispatches, which we are planning to complete in the next 2 quarters. The other order are the repeat orders, which we have got the confirmation from the customers, like Brazil, Government of India, South Africa, that this is the dispatch we have, but the actual purchase orders would come closer to the time of deliveries. So those additional orders would total 163, 61 plus 102 projected. And this 102, primarily 74 of that is for the female condom from Brazil. And the
so then what
is for the male condoms from Government of India, Ministry of Health.
So can we assume that this 163 crores is 100% going to happen over a period of time? There might be some time differences here and there in the delivery schedule, but can we assume that this is 100% going to come into our books as revenues?
Well, as far as we know, all the paperwork has been done. Customers have confirmed that we are planning to issue these orders, and they have given us a monthly schedule all the way up to April 2020. So I have no reason to suspect that these orders will not come through unless something drastic happens in terms of the budget cuts, like it happened a year ago when the government of South Africa changed due to election results, and they delayed some of the orders. So I would say most likely these orders will come through.
Fine, that is very clear, sir. Thank you. The second question is, there was some press release very recently from the company where I read 2 things. One is it talks about 12 to 15% growth over the coming period, and then it's also talking about the JV, joint venture. But I thought that we were not going to do the joint venture, right?
Well, like I had mentioned in the last Concall, our negotiations with the potential partner was broken down because of some commercial disagreements, especially from the lender. But the current situation is that we have already applied to the Department of Health and the Treasury in the government of South Africa to issue us a license to build a factory, not only for the female condom, but also this month we have received a request that some of the local investors there would like Cupid to participate in a joint venture for male condom production there as well. And like I mentioned earlier, South Africa needs 1 billion pieces of male condoms every year.
Sounds good. Sir, the one more question is, in the P&L, I see when we compare quarter on quarter, there's a big fall in the material consumed. What exactly is the fall, whereas the top line remains almost the same?
Yeah, the main reason for that is the mix of female condom versus male condoms. During this quarter, 61% of the revenue is coming from female condoms, which is a high margin item, high per unit selling price, and only 39% is from male condoms. So that higher percentage of high margin female condom items are distorting the picture. In terms of with lower input cost, we are able to record higher top line as well as the net profit.
Clear. This is clear. And the last question is regarding the CEO. Is there any luck on this?
Unfortunately, not yet. We haven't found or located a suitable candidate with the qualifications we are looking for, both in terms of...
Hello?
Ladies and gentlemen, the line for the management has got disconnected. Please stay connected while we reconnect the management. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for patiently holding. We now have the line for the management reconnected. Over to you, sir.
My last point is, sir, if we feel that in the next foreseeable set of quarters, we are likely to produce a good run rate of top line and bottom line, it is time to tap the mutual funds and other institutions, because right now, as you know, in the stock market, most of the mid caps and small caps are not producing good results, and the institutions and other big investors are on the lookout for some good stocks that they can invest in, by which the market value of the company will improve. So I'd like to just point out that if we feel that we are going to do well in the coming times, it might be an opportune time to reach out to them. So if they start taking our stocks in their portfolios, then it may make a difference to our market value.
Thank you very much for that valuable suggestions, and we would certainly consider the proposition. And I agree with you that although the overall market is down, including for small companies, but there would be eventually a differentiation between companies which are doing a little better than the rest.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you for this chance, and have a good day ahead.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Deepak Agarwal from Impetus Advisors. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Garg.
Good evening.
Of the female quantum order of 116 crore, the order book that we have, 74 crore you said is from Brazil, right? Or no, it's more than that. 100 crore is from Brazil.
Yeah.
Right?
Total order was 124 CR, out of which we have already dispatched 24.
So 100 crore is from Brazil remaining.
Yeah, we have dispatched already 24. So the balance we have is 100 CR.
Right, and the total female condom order book is 116. So 16 crore, who are the customers?
They are coming from South Africa.
So last quarter you mentioned about 2 South African customers. So it's from these 2 customers? No,
the bulk of the remaining order, 15 CR, is from South Africa, and some is from WHO UNFPA.
Okay. So you mentioned that for the current quarter you're expecting to execute 26 of female condom order. So going forward in the Q3, Q4, what kind of execution are you expecting? On the female condom.
We are looking at, based on the current order book situation, we are expecting a similar type of performance in the next at least 2 quarters.
Okay. So now in that case, like in the first quarter we did 8 crores, and for the overall for the full year you think 24 to 27. So I understand there is a 2.5 crore of USFD related expense, but even then it's lower. Why is that?
No, the exact percentage split between female and male condoms would ultimately result in the bottom line. These are our estimates, 24 to 27 CR for the entire year. However, we would try to improve it even better than that.
Okay. And for the next year, you said the Brazil's next tender will be in June 2020?
Yes, it is supposed to be published in June 2020.
But you will complete this order by April 20. So then the result of that tender will be out by October 20. So execution will start maybe a few months later then, right?
No, Brazil, if they publish the tender in June, the results will be out by July end, and the dispatches should start from August next year.
Okay. So from April to August, then there may not be any Brazil order execution. Won't be, right?
Well, besides the central government of Brazil, there is demand coming from some of the state governments in Brazil, like state of Sao Paulo. So we may have some orders there. Plus also, we are taking some steps to enter into the private sector market in Brazil. The demand is growing there also. So in any case, we have other orders from UNFPA and from South Africa during that May to July period, hopefully.
Okay. So any other large tender which is in the pipeline or which you already bid for?
We have bid for the UNFPA tender, which is supposed to come in next couple of months. And like I mentioned, the South African renewal would be published in October this year. So far, these are the only ones, but there is a talk about more tenders coming out from Tanzania and from Government of India as well.
What are the size of this UNFPA and South African renewal tender?
The total order is about 50 CR from UNFPA, but how much of out of that Cupid would get, we really don't know at this point.
Right, and South Africa renewal?
South Africa should be 40 to 50 CR.
Okay, and these are only for female condom?
South Africa will have both female and male condoms. Government in South Africa has not decided on the exact volume of female condoms for the next tender because it depends on the local manufacturing unit. If they give the license and the production starts locally there, then they would proportionately decrease the imports from country like India, for example. So the exact numbers for female condoms for the second year of the 3-year contract is not yet known at this point.
But this UNFPA tender is exclusively FC, 50 crore?
Which one?
UNFPA tender of 50 crore, that's entirely for female?
No, that is also both male and female, and we don't have the split yet there.
Okay. Fine, thanks. This is from my side. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is on the line of Anand Shah from GK Wealthcare LLP. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir, and congratulations on your fantastic numbers. I have 2 questions. First, we see that there is an abrupt change in the inventory levels. So, can you please throw some light on that?
the main reason for building up more inventory is the size of the orders we have, say from Brazil, from Tanzania, from South Africa, and also they want several variants. So for each category of condoms, we have to build a separate stock. And so we ultimately, the net result is we have to carry a higher inventory in order to fulfill the individual orders, which has varying amount of different colors, different textures, and different sizes.
Okay. Thank you, sir. The other question is that we see a double finance cost as compared to the quarter earlier. So is that, can we assume that the positioning of our company on the debt has changed? Are we looking for more debt or for something?
No, as such, Cupid is debt-free. So
correct.
On the other hand, we have cash and cash equivalent reserves of about 33 CR as of June 30th.
Correct. Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Akash Panpalia, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. First of all, awesome and great set of numbers for the first quarter. I mean, it's a great way to start the year for FY20. I just have one question. And
could you, excuse me, could you please speak a little louder?
Yeah, sure. Am I audible now?
Yes, much better. Thank you.
Yeah. So I just have one question, and that question is on the corporate governance front. Because I was just, there was a, the related party disclosure which was made, I guess, on 28th June 2019. Hello?
Yes,
hello?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. So it was mentioned that the commission for the half year ended for 31st March 19, which has gone, which was the past year, it was approximately 40 lakhs. And when I saw, when I was comparing it with the 2018, financial year 2018, the entire commission for that year was 26 lakhs. I mean, just wanted to understand, in the last year we had a pretty rough year in compared to the previous year, why the commissions were increased to 40 lakhs for the half year, and when the entire year of before that, the previous financial year 17, was at 26 lakhs.
Okay.
So
Yeah, go ahead. Continue, please.
So that is the question, sir. I mean, there is a big gap between 26 lakhs of commission as a percentage of profit to 40 lakhs. And when the last year, which was a very rough year for the entire company.
Okay. The main reason for increase in the expenses in that category is the business development expense in Brazil, and also we have a profit sharing plan as a part of this big tender.
No. So that is what I'm unable to understand, because the top line was not there. How did the 40 lakhs figure came into picture? Or because if you're saying that it is depending on the profits, if you compare financial year 17 to financial year 18, there was a drop in the profits also. The financial year 18 had a profit of approximately 17 lakhs. And that time, the entire commission that was paid to the executive directors and non-executive directors were 26 lakhs. While in that financial year 18-19 basically, there was a 15 crores of profit. So what is the percentage calculated, and on which figure? Is it on PBT, or how and what is the percentage? Because if I see it is 1% and all of a sudden there is a spike of 2.79%.
Are you referring to the commission to the directors?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have a provision for 2% commission on the profit for the chairman. And this past year, there was an increase in the total amount, but the percentage remained unchanged as per the contract at 2%.
Sir, that is what I'm unable to understand. The PBT figure was down. It was at 20 crores. And last year, you're saying the percentage was not changed. If for 26 crores of PBT, if you calculate 2%, it will not come 26 lakhs then.
No, it's not 2% of the net profit. It was 2% of the EBITDA. And because of the mix, the EBITDA is not directly in proportion to last year as opposed to this past year.
No, sir.
But we can send you some details. If you can please send us an email. We would be glad to go over all the numbers with you.
That would be great, sir. And I mean, if we can, this could be our suggestion, because from an investor's point of view, we won't be able to always get all these details in a prolific manner also. So just wanted to know, can we extend our executive director base instead of having 2 executive directors and the audit committee having 3 to 4 independent executive directors in that phase? Because now the company is gonna, as you had mentioned in the earnings calls also last quarter, that we are gonna go to 100 crores. So we also need to have a structure for 100 crores.
Now I appreciate that suggestion. In fact, we are considering to expand the board along the lines you have mentioned.
Yeah, but because if you see the current, you are one of the members and there are 2 executives. There are 2 independent and major shareholding is with you. So that gives conflict. So if we can have all 3 independent or a CFO in that audit committee, which will give an unbiased opinion, that would be great. Even in the remuneration committee, if we can have somebody who doesn't have a major shareholding in the company, in this both committee, both remuneration and audit committee.
Yes, I think that is a very reasonable suggestion, and we would definitely put it to the board for consideration at our next meeting in August.
Okay. Thank you, sir. That's all from my end.
No, thank you for your good suggestions.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ram Narang, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Congratulations for a very good set of numbers. So I would like to know what is the plan on B2C business?
Okay, the plans on B2C business in India, like I had mentioned in last 2-3 calls,
yes.
Margins in B2C business are very, very low, and the expenses, especially for advertisement, both on television and in the press, are enormous. Not to even mention about creating a sales force. So the conclusion we have reached is that instead of building a brand through our own retail sales force backed by advertisement, we are selling our branded products through the wholesalers. There are 15 wholesalers spread throughout India in major cities. That process is slow, but it is economical, and instead we are concentrating on better margin export markets, even for male condoms.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rohan Govindrajan, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Mr. Garg, thank you very much, not just for the numbers, but also for the transparency. I really appreciate these calls and the information sharing. Thank you. So, my first question is regard to capacity. You mentioned already that you're at 90%, which is great. You have also indicated that the supply pipeline is quite strong. So is there any way to sweat the existing infrastructure more by adding shifts or automation, etc.?
We have considered automation. However, there is no one standard set of packing machines which we can use for different types of orders we get. They all require a different set of packing machines and which are quite expensive. We have considered that, and we are still inviting people to see what suggestions they could make. Ultimately, you are correct. We have to look at the automation. However, we are looking at an economical way so that we can achieve our productivity at a lower cost.
Is there a way to add another shift, sir, and increase capacity? Is that a possibility?
No, we are already working 24/7.
Okay.
So the capacity is fully utilized. The only other way would be to expand it beyond our current capacity of 560 million pieces per year capacity.
So one other question I had is for lower margin products, say male products, is it possible for you to outsource it to a third party?
Yeah, we have considered that as well, because you see our domestic market was only 6%, and the volumes are so low that even if we outsource it, the impact on the bottom line will not be that great. Also, some of our customers have been buying male condoms from Cupid for a long time, export orders, and we like to retain those customers and the quality they expect. But it's a good suggestion to look at both automation as well as possibly outsourcing, especially the male condoms.
Okay. And how is the e-commerce doing, sir? I know you started in the US last time you mentioned, and also it's going on in India. When we do see online, we don't see too many reviews or traction, so just wanted to get your take.
Online sales have been improving 20 to 30% each year. However, they are not in crores yet. We are looking at 5 to 10 lakhs so far. However, the big benefit we are getting about online promotion is to basically promote Cupid company and its products, not actual sales so much. However, we are, based on these online promotions and advertisements, we are getting many inquiries about Cupid products, and we have started to get orders from new countries. For example, this quarter we got orders from Yemen, we got orders from Palestine, we got orders from Mongolia. So we are penetrating into new geographies all the time, partly based on the promotion we are doing online.
Okay. About raw material costs, I just wanted to get a sense of how the forecast is this year. Is it in line with the average, or are you expecting it to be lower?
There are three main components of Of course, number one is the natural rubber latex, and which we see a stable band within 10%, depending on the season down in Kerala. During the rainy season, the prices peak about 10%, and then back into February, March, April, they come down. And Indian prices have been very competitive as compared to the international prices. So that's about the latex. Number two, we use lubricant, silicone oil. Those prices have come down drastically in the last 3 months. So the third big component is on the packaging material, which is basically stable. The paper prices have been stable, and we don't see any significant increases in our input costs for next 2-3 quarters.
Thank you, sir. And one last, not a question, but more a suggestion in lines with what was spoken before. I know one of the things that keep coming back in every con call is about the CEO. My suggestion is, I know you indicated in one of the previous meetings that the existing management supporting you is a very robust management and you have a lot of confidence in them. It would be good either through a press release or otherwise if you can share some details about their roles and background, or in the con calls, get them also to participate and talk, because right now you are our face, which we appreciate, but having them also interact will give more confidence to the community.
Yes, this is also a good suggestion, and we'll try to get 2 or 3 other senior people involved.
Thank you very much again, and really appreciate all your transparency and how you run this whole thing.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Krishnan Ramdas, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes. Thank you so much for the excellent numbers, Mr. Garg. Very, very solid set of numbers this quarter. Thank you for that. My question was on the CEO search. I think a couple of investors have already mentioned that. I want to understand the process and where you are at, and also are you considering other senior roles? We have not been exposed to any other senior management professional. Especially the sales head. I think the sales head is very important for a business like this. So could you elaborate a bit on the process itself and where you are at right now?
Excuse me, could you please briefly repeat your question? Your voice was cutting off.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Yes. My question was on the CEO search. What has been the process you've been following, and where are you on it right now? And also, I believe in this kind of a business we need a strong sales head as well. So is there somebody who is playing that role right now? If that person can be involved in these calls, that would be helpful as well.
I'm sorry, I did not get your question.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but somehow I cannot understand. I did not understand your question. I appreciate you. Yeah.
The question is about the CEO search and the process that you are following.
Right. Okay.
What is the process that you are following, and where are you on the process of the CEO search? And also, can you talk about the sales head? Do you have a sales person who is in charge, and can that person be involved in these calls?
You mean the CSR procedure?
Yes, the process of finding the CEO.
Yeah, we have our company secretary who looks after all the requests which come in for the CSR budgets, requests for different projects. Our criteria are basically guided by the federal government's CSR mandate, which is to concentrate on health and education, and also try to help the communities nearby. And that is what we have done. Last year, we supported 5 projects. One related to the adolescent girls, about their health and what you call wellness program. We trained and educated.
Ladies and gentlemen, the line for the management has got disconnected. Please stay connected while we reconnect the management. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for patiently holding. We now have the line for the management reconnected. Over to you, sir.
I think the question that is being asked is not on CSR, but it's more on the CEO search, the Chief Executive Officer search and the process that you're following.
CEO.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. CEO, not CSR. Yeah.
Yeah. The process we have been following for the CEO is that we have contacted different manpower agencies, headhunters, and we have contacted our associates who supply us other personnel, and we have called about 8 candidates in last 2 years. So we invite them to the facilities. We have long discussions with them. One of the main problem is that the experience which we are looking for, which is basically international and domestic marketing, along with background in finance and production. So we are not getting the right combination and a candidate who is willing to relocate in Nasik. They all want to be stationed in Bombay, and then they commute every week from Bombay to Nasik and back. Since our production is 24/7, and this is the headquarters of the company, corporate headquarters in Nasik, we really need to have the CEO stationed here full time with the family. So we have been following the traditional procedure, word of mouth contacts as well, talking to our bankers, talking to the other board members. But I think the right type of combination is missing. We do get people who are purely FMCG, which will not work because condoms are a kind of product by itself. We have also looked at a couple of female candidates, but again, the right type of experience and expertise is unfortunately not available. If you have any suggestions or if you can recommend some candidates, we would be very happy to invite them for an interview. Hello.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. The next question is on the line of Chirag Khaskiwala, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
I just wanted to understand your order book. So out of this 163 crore order book, how much do you expect to execute this in this financial year 20?
We like to do about 140 to 150 crore, our target.
So if we take the top line of full year FY20, it will be close to 180, 190 crores. Am I correct?
No, it would be less than that. If we take on an average 30 CR for 4 quarters, it would be about 120 CR.
So because you already completed 34 crore top line in the first quarter and 140 crore from this the new orders, it comes to roughly 170, 180.
No, but the 140 will not be executed in the next 3 quarters.
So that's what I'm asking. How much do you expect to execute in this financial year?
120 CR.
And what kind of margins you are looking?
Margins would be same, about 20% of the net sales.
You mean EBITDA margin?
No, the net profit, PAT, profit after tax, a minimum of 20% of the top line. Or in other words, it would be about 24 CR, a minimum.
And out of this 120 CR, what could be the proportion of female and male column?
2/3 would be female and 1/3 would be male.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Akash Panpalia, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Sir, just 2 questions from my end, more 2 questions. That is, one is on the front of the securities premium and the capital reserve that we've been showing since a long time. And I don't think this is just a mere book entry. I mean, there are no cash actually as such. So if we can just write them off from our balance sheet and issue a bonus share, so that would be a great news to the market as well. This is my first point. And the second point I wanted to ask is that in the current budget, if you have heard, the FM has instructed all the listed companies to bring their promoters' stake to 35%. And I guess you are standing around 40-42%. So how do we plan to bring, are we planning to bring in any kind of institutional investors or somebody on? And that's the second question. And the third question is, in the last Concall, you were mentioning that we are also looking to invest in startups or a new fraternity like P-Buddy or P-Safe kind of products, which are female hygiene products, which it collaborates with our products also. Can we look at these companies to get them acquired and grow our top line also and make our presence in our domestic market?
I'm sorry, I did not get your questions. Maybe we could go one by one, starting with your last question, number 3.
Mm-hmm. So the third question is, are we looking to invest in startups like P-Safe or P-Buddy, which are female hygiene companies, and they have recently made a very good mark in the market, pan-India basis. So these are the 2 companies I feel that which coincides with the Cupid product as well.
I'm sorry, I still don't get the question.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Panpalia. Can you speak a bit louder? We're not able to hear you.
Hello, am I audible now?
It's much better.
Yeah. So, sir, I was saying, are we looking to invest in recent startups like P-Safe, P-Buddy kind of startups which are female hygiene products these companies are creating? Have we started analyzing any of these startups, and what is the process or what stage are we in talks with them right now? Because you said in the last phone call that you are interested to make investment in such products.
Yeah, Yes, we are still interested, and we have looked at a few items, and also we have concluded that it would be better to outsource them rather than Cupid trying to create its own manufacturing facilities.
Correct. So they have their own manufacturing. The startups that I'm talking about, they have their own manufacturing capacity. But can we look Cupid investing, because we have a cash reserve of 32 crores, and can we invest such on startups and take a bit risk on our balance sheet?
Yeah, no, that would be wonderful. I would really like to have some suggestions, and we would seriously consider it. This is directly in line with our objectives, how to grow Cupid. Invest in small startups with good prospects, and we have the financial resources and also the operating expertise. So please, my request would be to recommend or suggest a couple of such startup companies with whom we could explore future partnership.
Okay. I will send an email for that. But on the second question now, as you might have heard that in the current FM budget in this fiscal, they have asked the listed companies promoters to bring their promoter stake to 35%. So, and we are, as in our Cupid, the promoters are holding approximately 40% to 44%. I don't remember clearly, but it is above that. So are we bringing any institutional investors, or are we trying to tap private equity investors or somebody who can come on board along with you?
We have looked at that proposal in the budget, but we haven't really located anyone yet. Our stake is, I think, about 44% right now. And in order to comply with the regulations, we will have to take the necessary steps as we go along.
So what will be the process? Who is going to head this process? Can you throw some light on that fact? Is the CFO going to be looking into this, or you personally are going to look into this matter?
No, it would be mostly CFO and the two other senior financial people. Okay.
So that was my second question. Coming back to the first question, like I said, on our balance sheet, we see securities premium reserve and capital reserve. That is approximately 3 crore 30 lakhs, approximately. I'm not sure the correct figure. Okay. And so because I was saying that these are the two reserves which are not basically non-cash reserves. Okay, it's just book entries that we have done. And so can we wipe them off and issue bonus shares? Is that a possibility that we can explore?
Yeah, we did discover the question of bonus shares, and we would be happy to reconsider it again. Last time we did issue one share for every 5 shares.
So yes, again, we can do it in this financial year again, 5:1, and we can wipe off the entire security premium reserve and capital reserve.
No, we'll certainly consider your proposal.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You have one more question? Question number 3?
No, all the questions have been answered. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Deepak Agarwal from Impetus Advisors. Please go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Garg, the release says that our sales was 34 crore and FC was 61%. Right, so that makes it only 21 crore, while you mentioned that 24 crore was Brazil FC sales.
No, I did not understand the sales.
The total sales 34 crore, right?
Correct.
Last quarter. And the release mentions that 61% is female condom.
No, 61% is the total confirmed order as of July 1. Out of that 61, 20 crore worth is male condoms, and the balance 41 crore is for female, for a total of 61 crore
No,
order.
sales mix. I'm talking about the sales mix in the last quarter. So how much was the FC sales in the last quarter out of 34 crore sales?
I think female condom was quite a bit lower percentage-wise as compared
to absolute number. Can you give me the absolute number? What was the total female condom sales in the last quarter, April to June?
Last year, out of the 37 CR, if I recall...
34. This quarter, last quarter.
Last quarter was March quarter.
No, sir, April to June quarter. April to June 2019 quarter.
Okay.
We had total sales of 34 crore, right?
No, we had total top line of 17 CR a year ago.
No, sir.
Quarter.
In the just concluded quarter, the quarter that we are doing conference for.
Yes.
Our sales was 34 crore, right?
Yeah, total 34 crore, and 61% of that 34 was female.
So that comes to 21 crore. 61% of 34 is 21 crore.
Correct.
But you mentioned that the Brazil execution in the current quarter was 24 crore.
Not this quarter. It was 6 crores we reported in the fourth quarter, and this quarter was 18 crores for a total of 24.
Okay. And now you're saying July to September will be 26 crore. Brazil order.
Now, this is what we are projecting. If all the orders come on time and all the dispatches are done, that is our target, yes.
Okay. And this quarter we have an other non-operating income of 1.3 crore. What is that?
That is
just on the cash balance?
The interest earnings as well as gain in foreign exchange.
Okay. And this the last gentleman had a query. I didn't understand that. Our stake is 45 and we had to bring it down to 35. There is no such a proposal, right? It was to...
I don't know that I read that in the budget that...
no, it is to bring it down to 65. We are already way below 65. So where is the question of bringing it down further?
Yeah, I was just wondering when the other caller had mentioned that they want to bring it down from 75 to 65 maximum. But we are nowhere close to that.
Right.
We are more like 44. So thank you for bringing that up, Deepak.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Mr. Garg. This is from my side.
Right, bye.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Dhruv Bhatt from NVS Wealth. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hi, sir. So you had mentioned that there are no other facilities that are coming up around the world. So I wanted to understand if you see any opportunities to acquire plants maybe within India or outside for the same purpose.
Well, we have a couple of options there.
Okay.
First of all, if we decide to expand the capacity beyond this last expansion, we would look at it how we can do it internally within our premises. That may be the most economical way.
Okay.
Second of all, there are 10 other manufacturing units in India, and most of them are about that old, 8 to 10-year-old facilities. We have to look at the conditions of those machinery and their mechanical availability and subsequently their production cost.
Okay.
So right now we don't see much prospect of buying one of the existing units, and then there will be a question of logistics. If we buy a unit 400 kilometers away from Nasik, there are obviously additional costs of managing that property.
Yes, sir.
So once we decide that the market needs more capacity, over a 3 to 4 year period, not just 1 year, because we don't want to make the same mistake many other people have done. They expanded too fast and then the order got dried up.
Okay.
So then they basically had to service that debt and problems all over. It all went into negative territory.
Okay, sir. So I had another question. So currently we're at 90% capacity. And in your view, if we are at 100%, then what is the highest level of turnover that we could achieve?
I think we could achieve 130 CR easily, but it depends on the mix.
On the mix, yes, sir.
Yeah. If we can get more orders for female condoms with lesser capacity utilization, we can do better top line as well as bottom line as compared to male condom. If theoretically, if we get our entire capacity orders for female condoms, we could do as high as 200 CR in 1 year, provided we get the orders.
Okay, sir. All right, sir. Thank you. That's it from my end.
Right.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Jayant Raghavan, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Sir, I had a quick question on insurance. Do we have full insurance against all our assets, staffing and inventory?
Yes, we do. We have the usual fire insurance. We have the insurance against our inventory. And we have complete insurance against all the dispatches we do, including through the shipping lines or through the airlines.
So if there are any floods or any other natural causes apart from fire, the premises, the inventory and any damage to the employees during the course of work will all be covered, right?
Yes. We are fully protected.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is on the line of Omkar Kulkarni, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yeah, my question was basically regarding the US FDA. You mentioned that it might be, the license might be given to Cupid in the year ending. Did I heard it right?
Ending, next year's ending.
2020 end, right?
Right.
So are you on the process to get that into 2020?
So what we are hoping first of all is that we fulfill all the requirements of US FDA so that they can review our file and approve our product. At the same time, we have started to discuss with a couple of local marketing companies there who have shown interest to market Cupid female condoms in US.
Okay. So once you get the license, what is the potential for the turnover? What's the market size for that?
Well, we in the last phone call we said the current market is a minimum of $10 million, and we had set a modest target of 10% for Cupid share. Of course, we would like to increase that once we get into the market, and of course, once our product gets approved, we plan to be quite aggressive. Instead of 10% of the share, it could be 20 to 30%.
Okay, but right now it is entirely captured by FC, is it?
Yeah, correct. Almost 100%, because there is no other female condom approved by US FDA.
Okay. Okay. So another question is on Brazil order. The current order which you have received, how much was the total order and what percentage did Cupid receive from that?
We received 29.3 million pieces out of 35. So you can say we got 80% of the order.
Okay. And Who were the other players? FC.
FC, Female Health Company.
Okay. And in June 2020, what's the chances of getting the same order? I mean, the repeat order? What would be the percentage?
We cannot really predict. We are planning to participate aggressively in all the tenders coming up during rest of this year and early next year. But how competition would strategize their approach. Could it be on the pricing? Could it be on the delivery? There are so many variables, as you know.
Yeah, correct.
We will try to fight for the business quite aggressively, wherever it is.
Okay. Potential for the Brazilian retail market?
Not yet, but a few large-scale wholesalers have approached us. And earlier I mentioned that there is a scope for more female condom sales in the retail market there. So I think eventually we'll get there because our product has been approved, and now with this successful completion of the government of Brazil order, it would be easier for us to approach not only the different state governments there, but also in the retail market.
Okay, so apart from South Africa and Brazil, is there any other big market?
They not really big at the level of Brazil and South Africa, but there are several African countries which are getting their supplies through WHO, UNFPA. There are countries like Mozambique, Zimbabwe, DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, and other countries like Cameroon, Ivory Coast, and Benin. And we have supplied to many of these countries already over the years.
Okay. So one question is on the cash reserves which you have. How do you plan to utilize it? Because this year also, the way you have mentioned, you will be generating quite a...
Sir, there's a lot of disturbance from your line.
I'm sorry, please say that again.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but your last part of your question was not clear.
Okay. Yeah, my question was basically regarding how do you plan to utilize the 33 CR which you have, and apart from that, you will be generating lots of free cash flow this year. So even that would be added for cash reserves. So how do you plan to utilize?
Okay. Currently, our plans are, number one, to look for an acquisition related to female health and wellness areas. Second one is to modernize our facilities along the lines of automation, which the earlier caller had suggested. And of course, we always have in mind to give out more dividends to shareholders.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Good luck.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the last question. I now hand the conference over to the management for their closing comments.
Thank you for participating in the Quarter 1 FY20 phone call, conference earnings call, and I hope that we have been able to answer most of your questions. In case we have not, please feel free to write to us, and we would be glad to provide more information. We appreciate all the confidence and trust our shareholders have shown in Cupid's management over the years. And we would like to thank all our employees who have worked very diligently throughout the year to achieve the results we have just discussed over the last hour. So thank you again, and we appreciate your active participation in the discussions. Thank you.